Hey, this is Adam Wins. This is The Winningest. Now, there is a lot of difficulties as we get old. Now, I haven't really posted or been live in quite some time. I'm here at a relaxing day on the beach, and the reason I haven't posted live for a while, for the past month or so, I've been dealing with a friend that had a medical emergency. This medical emergency involved herself. It involved her husband. Um, hey, Kat.
Hey,
I'm live. How you doing?
I thought it was my glasses.
Nah, it's okay. I can see great. So this medical emergency was such that it was just a very big nightmare for the person involved. And I tried to help from a distance, but we ended up actually coming to stay with this friend of mine to try to rectify their situation and just help get their affairs in order. It was really traumatic. Her husband has dementia. Her husband was taken away from her. She had been with her husband for 74 years. I'm not going to mention who it is, but it's been a longtime friend of about 25 years to me. She's 88 years old. And she reached out to me. Actually, she was in tears that she needed help. And I'm the type of guy that, I just help people when they need help. That's what I do. And, there's a lot of things that you can do before you cry out for help that is going to help yourself along the way. And I've learned a lot. So, first things first, okay? All of your assets need to be in a trust. That means your house, your boats, your cars, your everything need to be in a trust. If you don't have one yet, private message me. We can help you get the type of trust that you need, the type of trust you want, okay? First and foremost, okay? Now, if you're not going to go the route of the trust, if for some reason you say, I don't want to go a trust, I don't want to do a trust, um, and even if you do have a trust, okay, you need to have certain things in place. And the first thing is you need to have is a medical power of attorney. And anytime you get a medical power of attorney, you need a durable power of attorney that allows you to make that financial decisions for your husband or wife or that trust. So in this particular situation, my friend had a medical power of attorney. But again, those are really hard to enforce if you're not on premise with that person. So that person was taken away from her, and now she has to go through the legal process. And she was missing a couple of the documents that she needed. So she had trust, but things weren't properly established in those trusts. Okay, just because you have a trust and you go to your attorney or whoever it is, you can do a trust yourself. You don't need an attorney. We can help you do your trusts. Okay, at a very much lower fee than your attorney can. I can help you. Okay, I can set up trust for you. Okay, you want to get an irrevocable trust. Okay, open bank accounts. Okay, if you don't have a bank account with that trust, it is useless. Okay, and if you don't transfer any of your assets to that trust, it is useless. Okay, trusts were created for a reason, and they're created to protect you. Okay, now as we get older, we're all going to encounter different things. Okay, and you can expect the unexpected. Okay, hope for the best, plan for the worst, and that's what these documents are for. So any age kind of woke me up to it that I need to have these documents in place for my wife, my family. They're playing on the beach right now behind me, and you know, good documents make a really great life, and they make a lot of problems of life go away. And a lot of problems of life occur by simple neglect and not doing what's necessary as we get older. Okay, I mean that's where all these healthcare problems come in. If you've got diabetes, if you're overweight, if you've got heart disease, if you've got cancer, it's because you haven't planned properly and you haven't done what you need to do for your own health and your own way of life. And it's the same thing with your legal paperwork. Okay, so if something happens to your wife and you don't have that healthcare power of attorney, and you've got one of your kids that say that they want to do something different than you want to do, you could be up for a fight. Okay, so there's a lot of things that good documents right now at any age. If you're 30, if you're 40, if you're married, okay, you need to get these documents. If you're not married and you have a close friend, or if you're, maybe in some kind of non-traditional relationship, these documents are really going to help protect your wishes. Okay, not only a will, that's after you're dead. A will is your last will. That means will means want. That's your last want. Okay. So you really need to get an understanding of what a trust is, how to use a trust, all those things we go over in our courses, all those things we go over in, a lot of my products. You can get it in my books, you can get it in my course, and we work together at our events to make sure you have all these documents in place and everything that's necessary. Because it, getting older, getting more money, getting healthy, getting wealthy, it ain't easy. Okay, it takes a lot of work, and you got to put in the work, and that includes having the right documents in place. Okay, you got to have the right documents, you got to have the right bank account set up. Um, you know, and that's from your wealth protection side. Okay, if you don't have that proper planning after the fact, it's so much more expensive. Because if you don't have those things, you got to pay an attorney, and it costs a shit ton of money to go. If you try to get power of attorney when someone has lost their marbles, let's say your husband or wife gets dementia or Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, that are very common. And why are they so common? Because people didn't do the proper planning in their health, right? Now we've got ways to reduce your dementia, your risk of dementia by 73%, reduce your Alzheimer's, reduce the risk of, basically those are mental retardation diseases. We can reduce your risk just by following the proper protocols. That's what we do at Globus Church of Wealth and Wellness. That's what we're designed for. That's what we do. That's what happens when you work with me, okay? We can get your health on point, but anything can happen. You can fall down, bump your head. And if you don't have the right documents in place, you can be screwed, and you could be in for a long battle, a long, costly fight. With possibly with other family members that maybe want your money. When money's involved, people get very strange. Okay, people get very, very, very strange. So you got to be your number one ally. Okay, nobody's going to do it for you. Your attorney most of the time isn't going to give you the correct advice. I'm in a situation right now when I'm helping my friend, and their attorney totally fucked them. Didn't give them all the documents they need. They give them a little bit of documents they need, but not all the documents they need. So whatever age you are, you got to have more than a last will. Because a lot of people are, having all sorts of health problems. And when you're alive but not alive, um, you got to have something in place for that. And most people don't. So make sure that you're protected. Make sure you get the right documents. If you need any help with those, I'll help you free of charge on most of those things and point you in the right direction if you want me to do them for you. We have very low fees. It's going to be much less costly than an attorney to get those documents set up for you. And all you got to do is go get them notarized. It's a very simple thing. These are not complicated paperwork, so you don't need. I mean, everybody's situation is different. If you got the Taj Mahal at stake, then maybe you want to have an attorney review these. But don't be afraid. And most of the time, I got to say, if you learn the core data, and if you take the time to learn what this is all about, and you don't remain nescient or, let's say, lacking knowledge. That's what nescient is. It's without knowledge. Once you get the knowledge, you understand that your attorney, he ain't that smart, right? He's a government worker. And that's why he has a license. It's to work with the government. So it's not necessarily always in your best interest. He doesn't have to, tell you the right ways. It's just whatever you ask for. And the more you do on your own, the better you're going to be. So if you'd like to learn some more of this, hit me up in the comments. I don't care what age you are. If you've got a business, if you've got some income, you got some money, if you've got a house, if you've got a car, and you got a husband or wife, you need to have these documents in place. And even if you don't, if you have another loved one or family member that you care about, you need to have these in place, because they're a world of hurt if you don't. Huge pain in the ass. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of money paying lawyers to, let's say, figure out and do what you could have done very easily on your own if you just planned properly. It's just like having good health, okay? It's like having abs, okay? They don't come easy, but you got to do the work. And if you do the work, life is a whole lot easier and you have a whole bunch less problems. So prevent problems now by doing the right planning later. Hit me up if you need those documents. Again, power of attorney, healthcare, durable power of attorney, okay? And get a trust. If you don't have a trust, get a trust now. If you need help with those, we can set you up right away. There's a lot of different types of trusts. We can go over those and see which one is right for you. I'm Adam Wins. This is The Winningest, and talk to you soon.